Randy, Gregg is on the phone with me. He's John Deacon in the Almost Queen Band, which tonight is playing at the Cheshire Fairgrounds with live drive-in-live.com. Randy, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Parker. How are you?
Good. You must be super, super excited to be touring and on the road again with these drive-in theaters, which I'm so glad this has happened because I love going to concerts, as I'm sure you do, too. I was going to see Ringo was actually going to perform in the area. I was psyched. A Beatle. Never saw one. And then Billy Joel. I was going to see Billy Joel at Fenway this year. Everything is canceled. Now I get to see Almost Queen tonight, which is
yeah.
What's the experience like for you guys on the stage on this big? It's still a big stage and everything, but it's a drive-in.
Yeah, we've gotten a few under our belts. Our first one was a surprise gig. Can you guys play in 2 days? And my answer was, we haven't even spoken in 4 months. But we did, and and we had a blast, and that was a true drive-in. People were in their cars, and it was definitely a whole different monster, And the only way I can explain it is when you're in a band, and you play a gig, you're the band, and then there's this crowd in front of you, and there's this stage, and that's the line. It's called a barrier. You have 90 minutes to break this barrier down to get everyone in the room to become one. And now people are in their cars, and it's a little bit more of a breakdown of this barrier to connect with the crowd and stuff like that. But our first show went over so well. Like, the band was so surprised how it was just an amazing night. And then we just recently did one in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, where tailgating was allowed. So now people are next to their cars, and now we're hearing voices and clapping and singing and stuff. So
that's the way to do it.
And everybody just wants to get out and see a show. And I know everybody's cabin fever and stir crazy and stuff like that. So there's this excitement going on that I didn't think would be. When you look at it, but when you get there, people are just so happy to be out and forgetting about life for 90 minutes. That's the main point here.
It's funny, Randy. I never heard anybody talk about breaking that barrier down the way you just did, which was really, really cool. I can imagine there's certain songs in the Queen set that you guys do that breaks that barrier down instantly and connects. That's one of the things about Freddie Mercury. And I know Joseph Russo plays Freddie in Almost Queen. And he looks like Freddie, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, he looks like Freddie. And you can pick on him about that. But the thing is, like, there's got to be these songs that, people connected with Freddie like you wouldn't believe. And there's songs that almost will instantly connect people. Which songs are you seeing that really does that?
It's that's a great question. It's always been this way. I mean, Queen songs are just unbelievable. And there's people who come to the show who said they know 3 songs, and they walk out going, I knew 18 songs, So there is this connection with Queen songs, even before all of this. But a couple of the songs, like I Want to Break Free, that's just, people just, they can relate to that right now. And, Keep Yourself Alive, we threw back in the set because it's just so apropos for the times. And a big one where I kind of dedicate, to all the frontline workers and everybody who comes out tonight is, and this goes out to the rest of the world who's feeling it. This one's called Under Pressure. There's just so many songs that are kind of appropriate for the times and stuff like that. But again, I think, once Bohemian comes on, people are not thinking about anything but being at a concert and having a great time.
When Bohemian comes on, everybody turns into Wayne and Garth. It's every show. Well, and that's the thing too. You gotta see in the crowd. You gotta see all kinds of ages now, because obviously you've got, we mentioned Wayne and Garth, right? And then Bohemian Rhapsody, the movie, came out not too long ago, and I'll get a quick little story here. My son's 11 years old. He's walking around the house. He's singing Radio Gaga, and I'm like, hey. How did you learn Radio Gaga? Where'd you hear that from? Because you're 11. You shouldn't know those songs. And I think it's awesome, right? And picking up, it's in one of his video games. It's like what is it called? Grand Theft Auto 5. Wow. Radio Gaga's in there. So what I mean by mentioning all that is, it seems like you're touching younger people too. Like Queen music is touching younger people. I think you're going to see a lot of age groups in the audience. Is that typical?
We've been around for a pretty long time, and we saw our share of kids and older generation and stuff, but we did have mainly that 30s, 40s, and 50s crowd going on. But when Bohemian Rhapsody came out, it just changed everything. And, this new generations of kids just loving Queen. I mean, when that movie came out, I believe Queen held the top 20 spots on downloads for that week.
It's crazy.
And, it's and for me, playing in a Queen band for 16 years now. This is a band that I discovered when I was 5 years old.
Right.
So I've always loved Queen. And throughout the 16 years of being in this band, I'm just sitting here going, how come the whole world doesn't love this band? And now that movie came out, the whole world loves this band. And that's what we're our job in this band is to, when someone comes up after the show and goes, this is the third time I saw you. Since then, I bought 7 Queen records.
Wow.
That's why we do this.
That's
we
amazing.
Love Queen. We want everyone to love Queen.
That's amazing. I know we're running out of time, Randy. Really quick, though, one last thing. Was the band formed as a Queen tribute band, or did it morph into a Queen tribute band? You've been doing this for 16 years.
Yeah, 16 years. We've been going 16 years, and it was actually, to be honest, formed by the original bass player who only stayed in for a couple months.
Right.
And some distractions, and so I came in about 6 months into it. I had just come off tour. I was in a band called Thin Lizzy. I was touring with them for a couple of years, and a manager called me and said, hey, there's this Queen band getting together. Would you like to play? I was like, this is my favorite band. Of course I would love to play. When would we like to do this? They want you to play tomorrow night. I'm like, oh boy. Okay, great. So I busted through about 18 songs that night, and that was it. But it was all about the love of Queen. And I as a band, we thought we were kind of crazy taking this on because Queen is extremely difficult to perform.
Right,
play,
I can imagine.
Sing all those harmonies. It's a job. I mean, if this Queen band was a Beatle band, we'd be playing 6 hours a night.
Wow.
But the Queen stuff is very difficult. That's why you don't see a lot of bands playing Queen music. It's just very intricate and stuff like that. But we forced ourselves to learn the studio versions and get 4-part harmonies down. And if we're going to do this, we're gonna do this ode to Queen the right way.
We are excited tonight to see it all, and you guys all look like the parts, and I know you sound great. The website is drive-in-live.com. That's drive-in-live.com to get your tickets. When you get a ticket, you can fill up to 5 people in the car. Check it out. Almost Queen tonight at the Cheshire Fairgrounds. Get your tickets at drive-in-live.com. Randy Gregg, who plays John Deacon, who is on the show this morning. We'll watch you on stage playing that bass guitar with just all the love of Queen that you have.
Every night. You'll see it tonight, I promise.
Thanks, Randy.
And Parker, I just wanted to mention that everybody can go to almostqueen.com, and there's a tour page there, ticket links there. We're on socials, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. We love interaction with fans.
It's a great website, and when you go to the website, you're going to see how much they look like the real members of the band. Thanks a lot, Randy. We'll see you tonight, actually, at the Cheshire Fairgrounds.
Tonight. Okay, great. Thanks, Parker.